continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr.
Let's go, you.
Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And you know what was most impressive? They wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call a mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it. Had them on their hands the whole time.
Taking a look at the Lakers. Lynn and Kobe are your 1 and your 2. Randall and Hill are the 4 and 5. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Orlando. And we saw him out here a while back. Had to fight to get his shot, but he impressed the team enough to get another 10-day contract.
Well, you know, you have to take it a step at a time if you're in his situation. And as much as he'd like to start celebrating, he needs to keep his focus and continue to find ways to help this team out.
Jeremy Lin really an attack guard. Quick and aggressive, always looking to penetrate and get into the paint.
Harris passes to Mr. Clutch. He dishes it to Oladipo. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. And he gets it to go. Harris has got 6 points.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Right side, Lynn. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
They've been getting out-muscled on the boards before coming up with that one.
Not playing tough enough. The physicality just hasn't been there yet.
Feeds it to Oladipo. Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by Lynn. Lock at 6. Here's Harris. The rebound by the Lakers.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
Oladipo against Johnson. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Channing Frye's checked in for Vucevic. Gordon comes in for Andrew Nicholson. Harkless is checked in for Tobias Harris. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Victor Oladipo. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Davis is checked in for Hill. Boozer comes in for Randall. Xavier Henry, he's checked in for Bryant. And Nash is subbed in for Jeremy Lin.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Johnson. And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all on your team?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing a Magic uniform right now.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Clarkson kicks it over to Nash. In low to Davis. Can't cash in from close range. For the Orlando Magic, they come in off a good outing against the San Antonio Spurs.
And I think, Kevin, you know, it really showed how important it is to have a strong bench performance. You go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Magic lead by 1. We'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And when we consider how the Magic are doing, Steve and Clark, what do you think?
And this team has done a nice job on the glass. I think that's how they've built this lead. They've been very physical, really established a presence in the paint.
Well, they've chased down those balls. As soon as they've hit the iron, they've been chasing them down. That's been a solid effort by them.
Taking a look at the Lakers. Nash is out there with Clarkson. Then there's Davis. Then it's Xavier Henry. And it's Boozer in at the 4 slot. Nash dishes to Davis. And blocked. Tries again. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team for the Magic.
I like the effort, son.
I'm feeling it, coach.
He comes in for Boozer. Here's Mr. Clutch. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Spurs in San Antonio. For the three. Can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. Very close, back and forth. And in the end, free throws were the difference.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Julius Randle, the fresh-faced rookie for the Lakers, wore number 30 in college at Kentucky and wears it now. As a kid, he asked his mother if it was okay if he wore the same number that she used to wear. She said if he wore it, he had to do something with it. Big shoes to fill, but he's up to the task, guys.
I like his chances. Thanks.
Well, quite an interesting upbringing for Victor Oladipo. His mother and father immigrated from Nigeria. They ingrained a great work ethic in their children. But his father in particular didn't really approve of his son's focus on basketball. But Victor was undeterred.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively. And Oladipo, growing up the only son among 4 children with a strict, somewhat distant father. In a lot of ways, his coaches and teammates became a kind of second family, and he latched onto his coaches for guidance.
Goes back up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
And the Lakers with some changes. Boozer comes in for Jordan Hill. And it's Clarkson in for Bryant.
Well, I'm sure he'd like to have that one back, but making it a 2-possession game was the key, and he got that done. I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
Here's Mr. Clutch, averaging 10 points per contest. One second left. No good on that last second attempt there.
Thank you, Kevin. I've got Kobe Bryant. And Kobe, tell us what's working for you guys.
Hey guys, some keys to talk about from what I've seen so far. This is a tight ball.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
It's go time.
Channing Frye's checked in for Nicholson. Reese Harkless comes in for Harris. And Fournier subbed in for Oladipo. The Lakers also changing it up. Ed Davis is checked in for Randall. Henry comes in for Johnson. And Nash is subbed in for Jeremy Lin. Frye and Vucevic are the power forward and center. Fournier out there with Payton. And it's Harkless in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. And Davis can't get it to go.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort to rebound.
Well, you get more rebounds, you get more possessions, more shots at the hoop, and oftentimes that decides the game.
Mr. Clutch, he's checked in for Payton. Ryan Kelly, he's checked in for the Lakers. Frye passes to Mr. Clutch. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 6. And Davis pulls it down. Lakers trail by 7. And Bryant kicks to Nash. The 3. That's good. Nash has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Lakers.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
The Los Angeles Lakers, the NBA's most successful franchise over the last 3 decades, since 1980. 10, guys, count them, 10 titles.
That's remarkable, and they've led the way from a business standpoint as well, Kevin. They pioneered televising their home games where some teams had worried about undercutting ticket sales. A lot of great ideas and dynamics that have helped this franchise become what it is.
Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by Nash. Kicks it to Frye. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Goes up the baseline. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Mr. Clutch has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, the execution just has not been there defensively in the second half. They look a step slow out there.
Henry dishes to Davis. It's stolen by Vucevic. Here's Fournier, and again it's Orlando converting.
A very good half for them from the field. They've got their shooting percentage up over 50%.
Now, they got a great chance to go ahead and close this game out because their offense is really clicking right now.
And finished off by Davis. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw, the defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Kelly kicks to Kobe. And Harkless pulls it down. Harkless has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Mr. Clutch. Gets it off. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. And here now is our State Farm assist to the game. And Steve coming earlier on it. Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Channing Frye's checked in for Andrew Nicholson. Evan Fournier comes in for Tobias Harris. Gordon's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Peyton. And then for Los Angeles, Ed Davis is checked in for Randall. Kobe comes in for Jeremy Lin. And it's Nash in for Clarkson. So for the Lakers right now, Nash and Bryant in the backcourt. Carlos Boozer out there with Davis. And it's Johnson in at the 3 side.
And the fans loving what's transpired here tonight. A really good victory for these guys.
It sure was. I mean, they did just what they needed to do to keep the visitors from getting any momentum going at all.
That one misses for Davis. Here's Mr. Clutch. Can't connect. And so it's Orlando winning this one. They pulled off this win, Clark, with